What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp. This is Sparky.
We're back.
Like you never left. And today we're going to be doing a review on the Accufire EVRO-6. So, Accufire was kind enough to send the EVRO-6 out to the channel for review, and we have it here on the Aero Precision. This is kind of our general purpose GPR build, kind of slash recce build.
Do-all rifle?
Yeah, the do-all rifle. And we thought that a 1:6 LPVO would be perfect for it. Accufire was kind enough to send it out. We've worked with Accufire in the past doing reviews on the Atro 8, which is their very high-end first focal plane optic, their spotting scopes, thermals, what you have it. We have a lot of experience with Accufire products, and we tend to like them a lot. So we were excited to get this one out, put it on the rifle, get a review going, and to tell you guys our opinions about it. So first things first is we want to say thank you to Accufire because you guys need to know where this stuff comes from. Second thing, obviously, Basement Operator Company, biggest way that our channel is supported. So make sure to go check us out, basementoperator.com. All right, to find out some pretty sweet merch.
Gotta get stickers.
Gotta get, and the stickers. The stickers are where it's at, and the Corona tees.
I like the Corona tees a lot.
Corona tees they're the comfiest tee we got. So the Accufire EVRO-6 is an LPVO, as previously mentioned. This is a second focal plane LPVO. All right, and it runs about $680. So it is
higher end, mid-higher end.
Mid-higher end. So it's not as cheap as like a Strike Eagle. Well, the Strike Eagles vary a lot in price.
Yes, because so straight MSRP, this is just a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit more expensive than your Strike Eagle. And honestly, I think it comes in a little bit nicer than a Strike Eagle.
I agree.
In terms of, you know, the cap turrets and just other little features of it. But it hits that $680 price point. Then you got to buy a mount. So this right here, we have a SIG mount. This is a, oh gosh, it's about like a $150 mount. It is what it is.
It's another cantilever 2-inch offset mount, or
yeah,
whatever. I think it's 2-inch offset mount, something like that.
Just another cant mount, no big deal. So we have it here on the Aero Precision. This is the GPR build. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see that video when it comes out. But essentially, it's just another LPVO. But what I like about it is, like I had said, the cap turrets are really nice. Which
real nice click.
Really nice audible click. That's one thing I've noticed through a lot of Accufire's optics and just their stuff in general. They have very nice audible click turrets that are exposed. You can reset them back to zero, which I like.
Yeah.
And all you have to have to reset them back to zero is just a little screwdriver. So I mean,
or back piece of, use your brass and twist off however you want to do it.
You didn't even think about that, using brass, or you know, get a knife,
the old toothpick.
old toothpick, whatever it may be. That's one of the things that I think it sets it apart from a lot of LPVOs, is that
I like the finish.
Yeah, and the finish is really
like that
nice.
matte
so it's not
finish.
Like, it's not a lot of stuff's very glossy. A lot of the finishes on a lot of optics are glossy, and it kind of matches the Aero's finish if you look at it.
It does match this rail relatively well.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed, that like shooting it today, how it is, you know, extremely, you know, humid since it's obviously raining.
Yeah.
But it hasn't fogged up any.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you make a very good point.
It didn't fog up at all, and then also like the water spots, I didn't even notice them. I guess it's just beading off and running down, which I mean, depending on the quality of glass, you know, it could stick or whatever. But I didn't even notice it at all so far. Yeah,
right. And Sparky makes a very good point. It's been raining since we've been out here. We did shoot the B-roll today as well, and I mean, the optics perform really good in the rain. We haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. It is a little wet, but
getting used.
It's getting used as it's supposed to be getting used. All right. Some other noticeable things. The reticle. So it has a very in-depth second focal plane reticle.
It's got a lot of things going on in that reticle.
Yeah, it does. And as I just mentioned, second focal plane optics. So as you magnify, your optic stays the same. And we'll throw up a photo of the reticle, but it's essentially just a Christmas tree type reticle. You can see it right here.
Yeah,
and we'll pop it up on the screen.
It reminded me of the Strike Eagle to a degree. Like the bottom half, not so much, but the top ring reminded me of my Strike Eagle. Yeah,
and you'd notice that when you were shooting it, you were just like, I put the black ring on
the bigger black ring, or if you turn on illumination, it's red. But I just been on for quickly acquiring targets, you know, that we have set up here, just putting that black ring just on where you want. I'm not even looking at the center of the die.
Very easily acquirable.
Exactly. And shooting one eye, two eyes, you know, it's especially with both eyes open. Yeah. You know, using that black ring, just putting it on your center mass and squeezing the trigger.
Yeah. And if you're not using like really close range shooting like we were here, holdovers go out to 800 yards. So I mean, you can really stretch your legs with this optic. And if you're comfortable shooting that with a 5.56 on a 1:6 magnification, then by all means
go for it.
Go for it. Let her sing.
It'll do it.
Yeah. So that's one of the nice things. And you also have
a lot of windage.
Yeah, you have a lot of windage. You got your 10 and your 20 mile an hour wind holdovers for each side. So that's nice. Speaking of the optic and how the reticle's used and everything, this is a mil optic. So there's mil and there's MOA. One's metric and one's SI. The mil is just normal feet conversion. So you have your turrets and they're set up in 0.1 clicks. So you do your click and it's 0.1 mil. Boom, boom. And that's another thing, very audible clicks. I just noticed that. We were shooting this one, we zeroed it. We also were shooting a SIG today. It did not have, the clicks were not as good.
No, I didn't
as they
think
were on
so.
the Accufire. Yeah, and I like the Accufire a lot for that, you know, that.
That's one thing I like about Accufire. They don't skimp out on your turrets.
Of course, that people have different mixed opinions about like very bulky turrets.
Yeah, so. Which these are on the bigger side. Like on the Strike Eagle, they're real slim, and they got the caps on them though. So if you need, but for the most part, in LPVO, you're gonna sight in, and for the most part, leave it. Yeah. You're not gonna be moving it a whole lot since you're gonna be. Well, LPVO, you're going to be utilizing your reticle. If you are going to reach out there and touch something, you're going to use the reticle instead of sitting here, you know, adjusting all the time. So this could be a feature some people might say you don't need.
Yeah.
These bulky of a turrets, but it is kind of nice. But I also don't think this is something you're going to have to adjust a ton, unless you're just going from gun to gun to gun.
With the versatility of the reticle.
Yes, you should just for the most part just use your reticle.
Yeah. There shouldn't be a lot of need for really dialing it in.
Exactly, because you know if you are stretching your legs with it, use your reticle.
Yeah, use your BDC. It's there for a reason.
Exactly.
But I mean, if you wanted to.
But you got the option, which is nice. I'd rather have the option and not need it.
So another thing is, we kind of already touched on it when we were talking about the reticle, is it does have illumination. It has 11 different illumination settings, which I think all the Accufire optics have the illumination, which is really nice. Shooting bright, shooting, you know, really dark. Ugh.
Look out.
The 11 power is really good during the day, and the low power is really good at that dusk area. So another thing, weight, it's about 500 grams, half a kilogram.
If you're curious.
If you were curious.
If anybody keeping notes.
Yeah. And it is 267 millimeters long.
How many inches is that?
I don't know. I don't know about conversions. So this optic has a 30 millimeter scope ring. We kind of talked about the scope rings earlier, as these being SIG. Your field of view, which is in direct correlation with, you know, your objective and everything. At 100 yards, you got about 109 yards or 109 feet of field of view. And then when you zoom it all the way out to that 6 magnification, that highest magnification, you got about 18 feet in terms of your field of view.
At 100 yards.
At 100 yards. So,
which it was nice, you know, shooting at one. You could quickly acquire targets. You wouldn't have to sit there and look for it.
Yeah.
And
pretty good eye relief.
Eye relief was great. I didn't even have to adjust it.
So I think it has 3.5 to 4 inches of eye relief, which is perfect. And, you know, that great field of view at 100 yards. Lowest magnification, 109. Highest magnification, 18, as previously mentioned. So next thing, we're going to talk about kind of who this optic is for, who is it best suited for. I wouldn't say it's an introductory optic by any means, especially at that $680 price point once you throw a mount on it. So you get the cheapest mount, which is probably like a primary arms or something like that. Give or take, a $60 mount. You know, you're sitting at over $700 for an LPVO, which is
definitely not
quite
entry
pricey.
Level, but if you bought this as your entry level, you made a good choice.
Yeah. If you're looking for a good quality first time optic.
That you only want to buy one?
Yeah, you only want to buy one and not feel lacking. Because, you know, a lot of times when you buy like really, really cheap first time like $200 optics. You kind of buy it and you're like, eh.
I wish I got this one.
And then I wish I'd have got something more expensive. And then you see somebody with a nicer optic. I mean, you know, confidence is key. And when you buy something nice, confidence does come with it, you know?
Yeah, and the confidence that you know it's going to work every time.
Yeah, and you know you're buying a good quality optic.
Like if you did buy the, you know, El Cheapo, you know, mount and cheap optic, you're gonna be like, okay, is this me not shooting well, or is it the optic just not doing what it's supposed to do? So I would say, you know, is it meant for your first time buyer? Not necessarily, but if you did buy it as your very first optic for your AR setup, it'd be a good one. But it's definitely a mid or high end, you know, a little slightly higher than a Strike Eagle. Yeah. But is it a Razor? No. But you know, it's
priced at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there.
I think it's good for a dedicated rifle for home defense and for, you know, shooting a little bit further out there.
Just general purpose, like I said,
like the general purpose build. Just your standard. If you were to buy one optic, I think this is a great fit for vast majority of people, because I mean, you have that great BDC in it that will let you do holdovers out to 800 yards, which is more than enough for a lot of people. Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't weigh a ton. It's not ugly by any means. You got a good fit and finish on it. You've got good scope ring, good audible clicks that track really well.
I can't find anything I don't like about it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were just to buy one and want to be done with it, buy once, cry once. Yeah. I mean, you cry once and you're over with. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, it's a good, very well-made optic. And, you
can't go wrong. I like it a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have no problem recommending this to somebody.
Exactly. So if you want to pick this up, head on over to the link in the description. There you can find Accufire's link. We actually have a code, get you 5% off, so make sure you go type that code in if you're interested in picking one of these up. Another big thank you to Accufire. Make sure to go follow me and Sparky on the gram.
That's right.
Link will be down below. And we appreciate you guys for watching. As always, take someone outdoors. Peace.